Good morning, students. In the next lecture series of subject Business Analytics using Python, we will discuss about the control structures. Even in last lecture, we have already started the concept of or the topic of control structures or control statements. Today's we will discuss about the loops. Okay. CEOs and syllabus are the same that we have already discussed. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the decision control statements, especially loops. Okay. Very first loop, that is while loop. First of all, we will discuss about the syntax of while loop. Basically, in while loop, we will first of all we will initialize or we will give a statement like this is statement X. After that, we will provide the condition the same as we have already provided the condition in if statements. Okay. If the condition is true, again the point is same, statement block will be executed. Okay. This is the statement block. If the condition is not true, then this statement Y will be executed. This is the flowchart of this particular while loop. In this particular flowchart, this is the statement X. You may call it as the initialization statement, something you have already initialized, like you can see in example, the value of I is equal to 0. That means we have initialized the 0 for I. This is like you can say that associate this I equal to 0 with the statement X. Okay. Then this is the condition. Condition is what? For example, while I is less than equal to 10. I is equal to 0. You knew it very well because you have initialized 0 in I. Now, within the while, you will check whether the 0 is less than equal to 10. If the condition is true, then statement block will be executed. And here, what is the statement block? Print I, comma, and of blank space. And I equal to I plus 1. This is the statements that will be executed if the conditions within the while block will be true. Okay. This statement will be executed and update the condition expression. Update the condition expression means what? For example, you have written I equal to I plus 1. Now the value of I is equal to 0. Now incremented will be done. The value of I is equal to 1. Again this 1 will check the condition in while loop. Now 1 is less than equal to 10. Then again it prints the I. You can see within the output that firstly 0 will be printed. Then I plus 1 means 0 plus 1. I now contains the value of I is equal to 1. Again it will check. It will rotate until or unless the condition is being true. And the output will be printed like 0, then space 1, then space 2, then space 3 and up to so on till the condition is being true. Okay. This is about the while loop. We will use the concept of while we are doing the programming. Okay. This is all about the while loop. Next is the for loop. In for loop, basically what we have done, all the three statements like initialization, condition and increment and decrement, we will provide all the three things within the same syntax as we have done in C and C++. If you have familiar with C and C++, then you have learned over there that the three within the for loop, all the three works is being done within the while syntax of while loop. Okay. For loop provides a mechanism to repeat a task until a particular condition is true. It is usually known as determinant or definite loop because the programmer knows exactly how many times the loop will repeat. The for in statement is a looping statement used in Python to iterate over a sequence of objects. Listen one thing. The syntax that you have written in C and C++ is different that you will use the syntax of for loop in the Python. Okay. We will discuss also the syntax of for loop. This is the syntax of for loop. You simply write for loop control where in sequence. Okay. This is the loop control variable. Like you have written I. Okay. You have written I is equal to 0, and then you will check the condition in while I is less than equal to 10. Then what is I? I is what the, you can say that will be the loop control variable. Okay, in sequence, then statement block will be executed. This is the flow chart. Specify the range. Range means what? The series or the condition till you will choose, you will read the condition, you will test the condition. Okay, range of numbers assigned to the loop control variable. This is the range. In Python, we will discuss the range function, and in range function we have already do the programs on range function in class. And what we have done over there, we simply write range function is what? It takes the two parameters. First one is start, second one is end, and third parameter you can also take, that will be the difference. Okay, here we will discuss a start and end bit. Okay, start and end. These are the two parameters that will specify the range of a number assigned to the loop control variable. Okay, till the range, statement block will be executed. If the statement block will true, it will be repeated until or unless the condition is being false. If it is false, then again range, and finally statement y will be executed. This is all about the for loop. Next is for loop and range function. Now we will discuss about the range function. I have already told you about the range function, that it contains the two parameters. First one is start, second one is end. Okay, and third one is the different step. We will discuss the range function over here. What is range function? Is a built-in function in Python that is used to iterate over a sequence of number. The sequence of syntax of range is range, then begin, then end, then step. What I have called it as the start and stop. Okay, yeah, start and end. You may call it according to your own wish. Means the point is to be clear to you people that from where the range will start, from where the range will end, and is there any difference between them. You can include the third variable. Range produce a sequence of number starting with begin. That means you will include this one, and ending with 1 less than the number ends. For example, this is for I in range 1 to 10. That means you are talking about a number from 1 to 9. This you keep in mind. For example, like this, and the difference is 2. That means you will start from 1, and on the difference of 2 you will write the number like 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. You will not include the 10. Okay. Likewise, for I in range 1 to 5, print I. There is no difference at all. There is no step difference between the in the third variable. So you simply write print I. I means what? I is for 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, but not include the 5. It will print the same line. Okay, print the number within the same line. So this is all about the range function. Now this is same as that of the for loop. Range produce a sequence of number. We have already discussed this one, and with the 1 less than the number ends. Step argument is optional. Okay, that is why it is placed in bracket. Okay. Okay, by default every number in the range is incremented by 1, but we can specify a different increment using step. If it can be both negative and positive, but not the 0. This is all about the for loop and range function. Next, again, these are the examples of range function. You simply leave this theory part. You can read the theory part from your own. Just simply see over here. For I in range 10, print I and blank space. That means corresponding to this particular block, the output will be I is what? I in range up to 10, means range will be 10. It will start from 0 and end with 9, because last word will include a +1. Okay, the output will be 0 to 9. Like here, for I in range I to 1 to 15, the answer will be from, it will print the number from 1 to 14. Okay, onto the console. Like for I in range 1 to 20, and the difference step is 3. 3 means it will start from 1, and on the step difference of 3, the number will be printed like 1 plus 3 4 plus 3 7 plus 3 10 plus 3 13 and up to so on till the below 19. ठीक है, like 13, 16, then 19. This is all about the range function. You can read the theory of this one. We have already discussed. Range function is a given a single argument. It produces a object with values from 0 to argument -1. For example, range 10 is equal to the writing range between 0 to 10. You can write like this: range 10 is equal to writing range 0 to 10. That means it will start from 0 and end up to 10. But when it will print or it will provide the output will be from 0 to 9. Okay. If range is called with two arguments, it produces value from the first to the second. For example, range 0 to 10. Okay. If range has three arguments, then that third argument will be the, you can say that, step difference argument. Okay. And it must be the integer also. So this is all about the range function. Next is, this is controlled, condition controlled and counter controlled loop. Condition control is what? Counter controlled loop and condition controlled loop. What is counter controlled and what is condition controlled? You just simply read the things. Number of executions on the basis of the conditional variable, on the basis of the value and limitations of variable, and finally the example is written over here. You just simply, first of all, you just simply read the example. I equal to 0, this is I equal to 1. There is no difference, it is just the initialization point. While I is less than equal to 10, here again the condition is given while I is greater than equal to 0. Okay, here print I and with space. I plus equal to 1. There will be the decrement. Okay, because this I is less than 10. Okay, and here I is greater than 0. On the basis of that, we will provide the print statement as well as the increment or decrement statement. What is counter controlled loop? Used when number of times the loop has to be executed is known in advance. Okay, sorry. You can, by mistake, the slide has been moved on, the pointer has been moved on. You can just see the difference between the counter controlled and both of those things that we have already, that I have written in the previous slides. Okay, just read the slides. If there is any doubt, then we will discuss this things next time. Okay, next is nested loop. In nested loop, Python allows its user to have nested loop, that is loop that can be placed inside other loops. Okay, this is the same as that we have already discussed or that we have already studied in nested if statements. Although where what it is, if inside the if statement there is another if statement. Here what is loop? Inside a loop there is the another loop. Although this feature will work with any loop like while loop as well as for the for loop. A for loop can be used to control the number of times a particular set of statements will be executed. Another outer loop could be used to control the number of times that a whole loop is repeated. Loop should be properly indented to identify which statements are contained within each for statement. Okay, like this. For I in range 5, that means we are talking about 0 to 4. Then print. Then for j in range 5. Now listen, this is the for loop, and in this for loop you write print statement, and within this for loop you write next for loop, that is for j in range 5 again, and this particular print statement will belong to this particular loop. So there should be a proper indentation, otherwise the error will generate. This is the nested loop statement. This is the break statement. Break statement is used to terminate the execution of the nearest enclosing loop in which it appears. Break is what? If you just include a break statement, after that, as and when the compiler or interpreter read the break statement, the loop is to be terminated after that, or the statement is to be terminated at that particular moment of time. The break statement is widely used with for loop and while loop. When compiler encounters a break statement, control passes to the statement that follow the loop in which the break statements appear. You can see over here. This is while loop, this is for loop. While is what? If condition, then break. Exactly after the break, transfer control out of the while loop. If condition, this is same break, transfer control out of the for loop. This is for while loop, this is for loop, and this is for nested statement. This is for loop. Within the for loop there is the another loop, and in this particular for loop, if condition, then break. On the basis of that, it will break. Okay, you can focus over here. I equal to 1, while I is less than 10, print I. If I is equal to 5, then break. I equal to I plus 1, then print /n, done. Listen to me. The value of I is equal to 1. Now you are going to test the condition. 0 is less than equal to 10, sure. Print I. That means you have printed the 1. I is equal to 1 now. 1 is less than equal to 10. You will print 1. But 1 will be printed onto the console. Then space. If I is equal to 5, it will check the condition whether the value of I is equal to 5. When the value of I will be equal to 5, then it will break. Means after that it will not execute. You have written the condition from 1 to 10, but you have applied the break statement after the condition, that is I is equal to 5. When the value of I is equal to 5, here break will be applied, and the compiler will take out of the control from this particular loop, and it will print this one, print /n, done. That means /n means what? It will simply print the done statement. This is the example of your break statement. Next is continue statement. Continue means what? It is just opposite to that of the break statement. Like the break statement, continue statement can only appear in the body of a loop. When the compiler encounters a continue statement, then the rest of the statement in the loops are skipped, and the control is unconditionally transferred to the loop continuation portion of the nearest enclosing loop. Like this is the while statements. Then again, if condition, then continue. Means again the control goes back to the while loop. Transfer control to the condition expression of the while loop. It is just as that of the for loop that we have already discussed in previous slides. If condition, then continue. Again it goes to the for loop. You can see over here transfer control to the condition expression of the for loop, and it is what the nested for loop. If the condition will be true, then again there will be the continue statements. As and when the continue statements encountered, again the loop goes back to the again for loop. You can see over here this continue, the control transfer to the expression of the while loop. Again condition transfer to the expression of the for loop, and again here condition transfer expression to the again for loop. But which loop? Within the you can say that the outer loop, inner loop. Okay, like for I in range 1 to 11. That means we are talking about the range from 1 to 10. 11 we will not include. If I is equal to 5, then continue. Means if I is equal to 5, okay, value of I is equal to 5, then continue. In that case, that will not print the 5. Okay, I is equal to 5 means continue is what? I is equal to, when the value of I is equal to 1, it will print 1. I is equal to 2, it will print 2, then 3, then 4. When the I is equal to 5, it will not print 5, but continue. Continue means what? It again goes to the control, goes back to the expression in the within the loop. Expression is what? Again, now the condition will be the, instead of the value will be 6. 6 will be printed, 7, 8, 9 and up to 10. Then finally 10 will be printed. This is all about the continue statements. Next is pass statement. Pass statement is what? Pass statement is used when a statement is required syntactically, but no command or code has to be executed. Okay. Pass statement is used when a statement is required syntactically, but no commands or code has to be executed. It specifies a null operation or simply no operation. You can say that NOP statement, NOP statements. Nothing happens when the pass statement is executed. Okay. Difference between comment and pass statement is what? In Python programming, pass is a null statement. The difference between a comment and pass statement is that while the interpreter ignores the comments entirely, pass is not ignored. Your interpreter will ignore comments entirely or fully, but pass will not be ignored. Comment is not executed, but pass statement is executed, but nothing happens. For example, 4 letter in hello, pass. Print pass, comma letter. Print done. Finally, what is pass? first of all H will print, then I, then L, then O, then finally this L will be done. This is all about the break, continue and pass statement. Okay, in this particular lecture we have discussed the for loop, the while loop. After that we have discussed the continue, break and pass statements. This is all about the control structures, or you can say that control statements. Control statements are what? If statements, nested if statements, okay, if else statement. Okay, these are the control statements. And control structures or control loops are what? Where you will use do while loop, for loop, okay, then break, continue and pass. This is all about for the today's lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. This is the else statements used with loops. You can see this is the last slide. You can see over here, for letter in hello, print letter, and else print done. Okay, but in this case you just write the for loop, you print the letter, there is no pass over here, you simply write else then print done. Now the output will be what? Hello will be printed with a space and done will be printed, because here no condition is given, no range is given. You just simply whatever it is to be written over here, that is to be simply executed, and the output will be run onto the shown onto the console. Likewise, I is equal to 1 while I is less than 0 means 1 is less than 0, 1 never less than 0, then print I equal to I minus 1, else print I is not negative, so loop did not execute. Now what is written over here? Simply print I is what? I minus 1. Okay, that means 1 is not negative, so loop did not execute. Okay, 1 is not negative, so loop is not executed. This is all about the else statements used with loop, and this is the recommended books. We have already discussed this one. If you have any doubt, ask me. Otherwise, do the practice, and if any doubt or if you have any queries, then you can talk to me or discuss with me. Okay, thank you so much.